Welcome back to the Commercial Real Estate Show. I'm Michael Bull. Today we're talking about student housing. Please welcome my next guest. It's Michael Brown. Michael is president of the Student Housing Group with Bull Realty. He's joining us here in Studio One in Atlanta. Michael, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate having you. So you're out here selling these student housing properties all over the country. What's hot? What kind of properties are our buyers looking for?
For core assets at Tier 1 major universities, demand is tremendous. Foreign capital is coming into the market, capital from private equity all over the place. It's a great time for those sorts of product.
Okay. And what if I have a property at a smaller school or maybe an older property? Is there demand there?
Oh yes. There is an investor. Investors are looking for all these assets. Mm-hmm. Tier 2 schools, smaller schools. Even Tier 3s, yes, there's a demand for student housing across the board. There's value add players, there's regional players, mm-hmm. there's small investors. It's really a very good time for
open
the
season
sector.
Yeah, I guess Brent Little, we were talking to earlier with Fountain, suggesting that, you know, if you're looking to sell maybe in the next 5 years, that this is a good time to do it before interest rates rise. Do you agree with that?
I do. Mm-hmm. I do. I think it's to me a perfect storm right now for a seller, in that cap rates are low as they're probably ever going to get. Mm-hmm. There's a tremendous amount of equity out there that is looking to purchase, and there's debt that can be had at a very reasonable rate. So.
All right. Well, what kind of cap rate could you get me? I mean, with foreign investors and private and institutional and public, you know, if you put a property on the market that's in a Tier 1 school, it's a large core asset, institutional quality, what kind of cap rate might you bring me?
We're going to be sub 6 on a trophy, on a really nice project. Mm-hmm. New, beautiful, 300 plus beds at a major university. We're sub 6.
Nice.
As we move a little further away, a little more age, smaller schools, we start to get more into the 6 to 6.5 ranges. Each project is specific. Each project stands on its own. Each market stands on its own. So
okay.
it's you have to look at each one.
All right. So if I've got a smaller property in a smaller school, I might be, you know, even 7s or 8s or whatever, right? Yeah. It depends on the property.
There's certainly demand for it, though.
Okay. Well, what are some tips? So if I wanted to consider selling my property today, what are a few tips for that?
I would make sure my leasing was in place. Mm-hmm. I would take care of any deferred maintenance that I could. I'd take a look at the paving and the painting and appliances and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I'd make sure the management was in place and doing a good job. Buyers are going to look at all of that.
Okay. And what about the way I take it to market? What do you recommend there?
You know, there are agents like myself that around the country, there's a handful of us around the country that do exclusively student housing. Mm-hmm. And we do focus on it, and we're more aware of the buyers and the values of these properties. And if you're thinking about it, that's probably
That's a good point.
An idea to call.
Like we've been talking about the rest of the show, there's quite a few differences between apartments and student housing. And if you know the nuances of the industry, or using a broker wherever they are in the country, that's all they do. There's got to add value. Well, thanks for adding value for our listeners. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Michael.
We appreciate it.
All right.
And join us next week. We're going to talk about retail and retail real estate. That's been an incredible sector with lots of opportunity. Some properties having trouble leasing, and some with huge rents, huge tenant demand, and very low cap rates. We'll know more about it next week. Please join us. And until next week, be sure that you always lead, learn, and laugh, and join us for the Commercial Real Estate Show. The Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you by Bull Realty Commercial Advisors, a great place to do business. Visit bullrealty.com. RealNex, a comprehensive and powerful suite of commercial real estate tools at an incredibly low price. Visit realnex.com. That's RealNex. Xceligent, the resource professionals use for commercial real estate information. Visit xceligent.com. That's XCELIGENT. Commercial Search, the source to market and source available properties for sale or lease. Visit commercialsearch.com. For more information on these great companies or for additional videos, podcasts, or articles, visit CREshow.com.